Right, this is 1 minute part and is about this war without an enemy. This is a block pieces war game at the operational level covering the English Civil Wars and has been published by Nuts Wargames in 220. It's beautiful artwork. So the entire game is played on a big map that represents the British Isles pretty much. So England, Scotland, Wales, and a tiny bit part of Ireland and a tiny bit part of the continent. Mainly we can see Cherbourg and Normandy. So that's pretty much the game in a nutshell. The pieces are representative of infantry, cavalry, leaders, and artillery. And that's pretty much it. There are some specific garrison infantry or specific pieces that will be played by event cards. We will go through those at a point. And as with pretty much all block games, instead of having only the front side and the back side, you can just rotate them to see if they are 3 strength, 1, and so on and so forth. So very straightforward way. All counters also have one specific, I will grab for example, okay? The map is divided in North, South, East, West, and Midlands, and Scotland and Ireland and continent. But the major operations all happen in the main isle. So there's always a region, and the troops can move all around if they have a commander that can move all around. Else they will return to their mother region at the appropriate phase. So it's important to pay notice to that when planning operations. Then there's some asymmetry regarding both factions. For example, let's move these ones out of the way. At the very start, let's say at the end of 1642, Royalists have Charles and Rupert, while Parliament has only overall commander with Essex. Now the parliamentaries will eventually get the new model army with Cromwell, Fairfax, and Skippon, while the Royalists won't have any major boost down the line. Second part of the asymmetry comes from the intervention of troops that can come from, for the Royalists, for example, from Ireland. And then we have the major support from the Covenanters for Parliament. There's no chance of having the Scots actually support the king, although there would be hypothetically a chance of King Charles to bring Scotland to his side, but it's not modeled in the game. So that's pretty much all the pieces we have to play. And for the last part of the quick presentation of the game, it's fairly simple. This is how the battles are resolved. I'm going to grab some random units. So pretty much you would have cavalry and infantry, And on this side, you would have also infantry and artillery, and your leaders, depending if they are infantry or cavalry, by the symbol there. And you would pretty much slug it off with the amount of points they have. That's the amount of dice they use. So pretty much you could have 4 or 3 and multipliers to provoke more or less damage to the enemy, and it's straight damage, so very easy.